Hello, everybody. This is the next sitting of the Sutton Historic Commission, which is Tuesday, August 23rd, 2022. I need to read that note this meeting will be broadcast on local access stations Verizon 31 and Charter Spectrum 191 and live stream to the Town Hall YouTube channel when available. A recording will be made available on the town's website at www.suttonma.org after these proceedings. Thank you. Okay, our first thing on the agenda tonight is minutes. Did everybody get a copy of the minutes?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if I have to do like a each person roll vote on the minutes. I don't think I do, but we might as well stay in character what we did in the past, each person. Okay, to my left, Paul, did you read the minutes dated June 14th, 2022?
I did.
And you approve or disapprove those meetings?
I approve.
Okay. And Rochelle?
I read the minutes, but I was not here, so I had to abstain.
That's right, I think you're in there. Very good.
Here's Donna.
Donna, look what you have.
7 already?
Hmm?
Is it 7?
Yeah, we just started, so we're right in the thing.
And you're still bringing your kids?
Yep, she, for the viewers at home, my youngest daughter is in the audience today, observing.
Hannah used to come and have a little baby thing.
We'll
She
have
did?
a public hearing. Yeah,
We do have a public hearing.
there is a public hearing. Wait on.
Here.
Mark, you were the clerk, and I assume you approved the meetings?
The minutes, yes.
I mean, the minutes, I'm sorry. Abstain. And I was present, so I approve of the minutes as well. That gives us a quorum to approve the minutes. Donna, you got a copy of the minutes, but you weren't present, correct?
Right, but I didn't get, can I have a paper copy?
Sure can. Let me just make sure I got two here. Yes.
I need something to write on.
Okay. So we have. And just to let you know, Chris was unavailable for tonight. Okay, number 2, there's no public forum other than your name, miss? What's your name in the back? Emma what? Emma Downer is present in the public forum, however, is too young to participate, being 11 years old. Okay, public hearings, none. So we can get right into board business. Is there any open discussions that anyone would like to make present this evening to the board? Donna, Michelle? Excellent. Okay, because we can get right into old business, which is a couple things. Old business, member status. There was a little glitch, and we were talking about it prior to the beginning of the meeting here, just to figure out the time frame of it. But at some point, Rochelle was to be appointed full member instead of an alternate, but another member was appointed prior. We squared that away with Wally's. As you guys know, Wally resigned last meeting, which was June, and became a planning board full-time member. He was an alternate for a while. So that allowed Rochelle to move right in, though nothing for nothing, there was no skip and beat without Rochelle. She was at every meeting and voted on just about everything to create the quorum. So we appreciate that, Rochelle. I apologize for the mix-up. But really, you're here and you're still part of it.
Whatever.
We appreciate that. You got your official letter?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
I got an email from the clerk that said you were officially voted in by the Board of Selectmen. That would have been July.
I have not received any
Yeah.
paperwork.
So that may be coming. They may not do it because you were already in, and it just bumps you up from your status, but your time frame never changed. So I can find out about that. Any other comments on Rochelle's appointment? Excellent. Next is the shade tree update. Though I haven't been informed formally, I've been informed that the tree will not be removed. They will re-angle the driveway and shift it east, so that way the exit lane will not affect the tree. My understanding is that's so long as building 1 and 2 are in, that may change if, I'm sorry, if building 2 and 3 are in, that may change if building 1 is completed, but at this point, it's saved.
It's
Anyone?
more of a stay of execution at the moment.
Maybe, it may be, maybe not.
Maybe not, I don't know, really.
So, does that mean they're going to, you know, if they're altering their plan for the entrance to accommodate this, but if they open the third building, AKA building 1, they're gonna redesign the entrance?
Well, I think that's how it was left for me, is that the tree is now not gonna be removed. They're gonna realign the means of egress, and that if anything could change it, it may be what happens in building 1, but at this point, I don't think we have to address anything at this point with it. I'd be
So they have 3 buildings, but they're not gonna use building 1?
They haven't, they're not gonna, it's not under construction, it's phase 3 of their whatever of their project. So,
and we're not even sure it will even be a phase.
yeah, it's
It may
not,
just die out at 2 and 3. We don't know.
that's why none of the comments could include building 1 because it's,
Technically not there, and not, it's,
you know, so.
it's
as
an if
far-
and but. Mhm.
What about the stone wall?
So,
I'm trying to read.
like I said, I hadn't seen the final paperwork on it, but I was informed. The recommendation was to somehow skirt the tree with the wall or realign the wall with the tree as existing.
Mhm.
But there were some recommendations by other boards and members to incorporate the stones into something else. So I never got the final on what's happening with the wall. I was informed that the wall is on the property of the owner, which is, I believe, Unified 2, I believe, I'm not sure who owns it. In that, even though it's on a scenic road, they can still do what they want with it. That's what I was told. But we saved the tree right now, so one step at a time.
Okay, well,
I'm with you.
I don't agree with that.
Mhm. Okay, so shade tree update. Oh, and by the way, if you guys didn't know, they aged the tree over 250 years old for sure. More likely 275
Mm.
or 300. And
Did
was
we
any?
get the exact species?
Yes, and don't ask me what it is.
Oh,
Okay,
I know,
well-
I can't remember either.
It's an American.
Sycamore, isn't it?
Thank you.
Second one?
But then it's like a subspecies. Is like, yeah.
Is that the?
Someone got on the TV at the selectmen's meeting, I mean, the planning board meeting, and knew exactly what it was, and I was very impressed. She did a great job with it.
Oh, yeah, that was,
Is that the same species as in front of Jamie's?
So there's 4 that I know of. One in front of his house, one at this entrance, and then the 2 in front of Dan Roberts, which is at the intersection of Galaxy Way. There's 2 in front of that old house there.
it's reaching the end of its life, though. It's right, is 300, 200, how old did you say it was?
It's minimum 250 years old, up to 300, but they think it's 275-ish.
What is the expected lifespan of that tree?
They had an arborist inspect the condition of the tree, and though there was some noting of something, I mean, when you're that old, there's always something. But in the big picture, it was a very healthy and happy tree,
Yeah,
according to the arborist. And I want to say it was 68 inches in diameter.
mm,
I want to say something like that.
Which believe that.
Yeah, which doesn't, you think it's, I think it'd be bigger, but maybe not, I don't know.
well,
There's a bigger one over at 504 Boston Road, Overlook Farm. That thing is,
Mhm.
that's really, I don't know what kind of tree that is. It's a different tree, but man.
Yep, there's some big ones. I mean, you know, so at least a lot of other commissions and boards stepped up to make note of the tree, which is good,
Which is way more visible than the wall, by the way.
which is way more visible. I looked at the wall in the fall. You know, it's a rubble wall. Parts of it were stacked, parts weren't. I had made comment about Woodburyville Village with Donna's help there with some of the information. A lot of people just, you know, they didn't know that that was there, but noted that the wall in its present state at the time was in disarray, scattered.
yeah, it looks as though part of it's been sold off anyway, so
Yeah,
it
there's-
doesn't,
Scavengers come.
but I just don't wanna see it turn into an entrance that looks like the one from down on, into the PV estate.
That was a recommendation by someone.
You know,
They
it
used the
shouldn't,
stone
it
for
should
that.
maintain its character, the
Mhm.
wall.
I
To
agree.
go back up as a rubble wall, which is considered attractive, or, you know,
Yeah, yeah.
except everybody but developers.
There's not a lot to work with there, 'cause it's 20 feet or less in length.
Yeah,
It can be put, you know,
Yeah.
with another,
Not saying it can't, I'm just saying
Yeah.
there's not a lot to
Yeah.
work with, you know, as far, it's not like it's 100 foot
yeah.
or something.
see, the thing is too, the only thing we can say is the rubble walls that are on the street. We can't do anything about anything
Right.
that's inside someone's property. So, you know, they will be gone forever. So every inch is worth the effort.
I'm sure we'll get comment on it later, but my understanding is in order to preserve the wall, they not only had to move east, which is towards
Mhm.
Wilkes, but they had to move south. And the right-of-way in the road on the south side is much wider than the right-of-way or deeper. So it will affect 107, if I think that's correct, Boston Road. And I had made comment that the old marker had been moved from the road up next to the house at one point, and it's still there. There's an old mile marker, I think it's mile marker.
Well, with that's the theory
45.
that we have.
Yeah, it's awfully close to the house. Someone told me it was moved because they were doing a road widening back years ago. Might have been Malcolm that told me that. So I just said, well, we'll be prepared because I'm sure there'll be, now they're taking on another wall to expand the road, but that one, you know.
Yeah, well, it's,
At least they didn't get rid of the marker.
Yeah, the marker 45, it's there. Pretty sure.
I think that marker was down on Boston Road originally on the property that was,
It could have been across the street.
you know, across the street from the Market 32 entrance.
Mhm.
That building is where Elijah Johnson homestead was, and that would have made more sense.
Wherever it fell in is a mile from 46, which is, that also, I believe, was maybe moved too.
Yeah.
That's a corner Hutchinson, where you
The
guys.
Hutchinson one,
Mhm.
the
Yeah, that was moved
Historical
slightly because
Society
it was
owns
falling.
that.
The wall was pushing
The
forward.
markers.
The marker on, what's the name of that?
Woodbury, the one at, near the school?
No, up this way, the one, oh, who lived there? What's his name?
Oh, you're talking about the huge pink granite? The one that's 6 feet tall? Or the one deeper on Central Turnpike?
I'm talking Boston Road.
Okay. So there's only,
It's off of Boston Road across the
See?
Armsby Road.
Oh.
That big building that,
It's a memorial, yeah.
there's a marker there on the side of that building. And the
There is?
historical, yeah, the Historical Society owns it. You
Hmm.
didn't know that?
No, I know they own the one on Hutchinson. They have a deed to the one on,
Okay, so
Hutchinson,
that maybe
yeah.
that's Hutchinson.
so there's only the one at 107, the one at Hutchinson, there would have been one at the corner of Dot Graham's and my house, and then there's the next one down, that's the big one,
Mhm.
I didn't wanna say Woodbury, but it's not Woodbury, that's,
I
which is
know
still
what you
there.
mean.
Then the next, they're all gone, there would have been one down near that blue house that, the gentleman passed away a few years back, across from the little road that cuts from Central to Boston Road with the nice farm where,
Oh, Gray Lane? No? Where are we? I don't even know where we are.
Further
there.
down, almost,
yeah, next one down.
is it Lon-
Oh my God, I
what's the
live in
farm?
town.
What's the name of the
Oh,
farm?
Kings.
Yeah, so we might have to cut that
Oh,
part
there
there,
is.
where I don't know my own town.
There
I'm
was a
sorry.
marker
There's a
there.
map right behind
There
you.
used to be a marker there, it's gone. The next one that's existing is on Central Turnpike after Linda Sinacola's house.
Oh,
There's still one there.
Yeah.
So we're missing one in front of mine and the one down at the cut through street there.
Would you like to reference the comment?
No, I've already embarrassed myself in front of all the members, all,
so what?
It's on the map, right there, right there on the wall.
I know. I'm thinking the same thing.
anyway,
We have a laser pointer.
okay. So I think we beat that up enough. Rubble wall, we'll look into, let's see if we can get them to preserve that too. Any other comments on the shade tree or questions? No?
I think in our record we should call it an American sycamore tree instead of a shade tree.
Can we note that, Mr. Clerk? You may want to read, though, I'm not quite sure it's that basic.
Oh,
She
all right.
named the species, and
Yeah.
it seemed like it was a subspecies of an American sycamore, because someone thought it was a beech.
Buttonwood, something.
It might be buttonwood American.
Buttonwood is, Wilkes is an old, buttonwood trees, but, why can't I think of her name?
She was pretty knowledgeable. It's
She
nice
was
to
on
have you
the
here,
board
Donna.
of- planning board for a very
Yes,
long
I heard
time.
that. Okay, nothing else on the shade tree, so we can go, I have another update on Act Now, Serve Your Community, a Town of Sutton Volunteer Action Form. This was submitted by Mr. Jerry Townsend of 4 Jones Road. He had the following interests on the Historic Commission, Historic, Zoning Board of Appeals, Building and Zoning, Planning Board and Cultural Council. I had a nice conversation with the gentleman. He's very interested in town history. He did some research with some of these volunteer commissions and councils, and he decided to be on the Cultural Council. And right next to us as we speak, at the meeting with the selectmen, he is now being appointed to the Cultural Council. I believe he just designed a logo for them too as well. But he did say he'd like to have more interest with the Historic Commission / Society. He wanted to check out both. And I said he would be welcome at either at any time. He could certainly sit in on any of our meetings. So, potential member appointed to Cultural Council. Which now leaves us a opening on alternate. So if you have any friends, family, townspeople, sons, that would like to climb aboard, please have them reach out with a community action volunteer form. All right.
Would this man be interested in this position?
He's already been appointed to council. I don't think he wanted to just do one at a time, he said. So he didn't know what his abilities were to be appointed to 2 or 3 commissions. So he's gonna start with this and then reach out.
What was his name again?
Jerry Townsend, like the town.
What was his town name? Is he related to anyone in Sutton?
He gave me his past. He's Kentucky, Midwest, Minnesota, Texas guy.
Yeah.
California for a short period of time. Now he's only been here, I think he's been here a few years, and he's befriended a few people in the area down near him, and he says they're great. Some history people down there too, so we tried. I couldn't rope him in. Anything else on the volunteer action form? Any comments, any? Okay. Let's see what else we got here. Any new business for anyone else? Okay.
I haven't looked at it yet, and I've had it quite a while in my email, but the Massachusetts Historical Commission sent out a schedule for its online workshops. That it has,
When's that? When did you get that?
oh, maybe.
Like a month ago?
Yeah.
Okay.
If anybody's interested, they're really worthwhile, so,
So, I forget her name from Mass Historic.
yeah, I'm not, names aren't.
I've spoke to her a couple times, but she asked me back in May to get all the members' addresses and
Right.
emails. So I meant to do it at the June one, the June meeting, but I failed to bring it up. I don't know why, it wasn't on my notes. And so we didn't have a July. So if you don't mind, Donna, if you could add your information, even though they already have it at the bottom there, I'd appreciate it. And I'm just gonna take a photograph of that and send it to her.
She asked her to, oh, good, okay.
Yeah, name, address, and email.
And if you get on their email,
You'll get all those
all the
notifications.
information.
And actually, they do have some pretty good classes, I will say that.
And they, I did the one on development, I think it was, it was
Did you?
really good. I can't think of what their newsletter is, but you should try to get on that, because it's a lot of discussion, and you can see discussion from different historic commissions.
Oh, that's pretty good.
And get, ideas and insight as to what a lot of other historic commissions are doing and the problems they face, and which are not much different from our own, but every place has different resources, so some of them have more resources than others and can do more things.
Yeah.
But it gives you something to aspire to.
I believe, was that through Mass Historic you attended the class? Or was that through History Council or something? I think it was Mass Historic.
I think it was Mass Historic, yeah.
Mhm.
several years
Rochelle
ago.
went to one, and so did Wally. At the time I was working, so I couldn't do it, but
I
no.
can send an email of this to everybody. I think I sent you an email of it.
I can't remember what I did with it, to be honest with you.
I did get one on something, I didn't respond to it because.
No,
doing
this
other
was
things.
the one that I attended online, and because I did, it allowed me to share that workshop with anybody I wanted to. So, I can send it to anyone, but it's maybe better to begin with a more basic one, but the bywords that came out of it were identify, evaluate, and either protect or preserve as the three bywords for historical commission.
Alright. Okay, another new I found in our box, town meeting is October 17th, 2022. Last day to submit articles for the warrant was August 10th, which is passed. Board of Selectmen to sign the warrant is September 20th. Last day to register to vote for town meeting is October 7th. And last day to post warrant for the town meeting is October 7th. So, remember, town meeting, October 17th. Thank you. Okay, that was that. Oh, we also have the new member contact, which we've completed here. Thank you, guys. I'll get Chris's. And any other new business that anyone would like to bring up? No? Nothing, Paul? Usually you're good for something. I haven't followed through on your certificates because I know they're all ready to go. I just haven't. Okay.
I do have an amendum to that.
An amendment?
To that? Is it, I was thinking in my head
Okay.
that it might not need to be just rehabbing existing structures, but people who build in the nature of their surroundings too. Could be two different classes.
Okay.
We meet in the districts.
An accommodating structure,
Architectural feature, yeah.
architectural feature that accommodates an area?
So it could be a new building that
That's-
also that fits the neighborhood or fits the, as a secondary category.
Just to get you up to speed on that, Donna, I'm gonna say 3 meetings ago, Paul had brought up a pretty good idea that we, as a commission, have a certificate of appreciation that can be given to people who go above and beyond to either now accommodate a historic area or structure, rehab a historic structure, or something, even like, people may not agree with me, but now that Unified has re-angled their roads, spent extra money, maybe they get something for saving that tree. So, you know, it's something, I liked it. I spoke to Jen. Jen in planning has these certificates that we can design. And she was happy to do that with us, and I appreciated it.
Some examples I had were the renovation of the house on the corner of Central Turnpike and Ray Lane, for instance, that was one. The work being done down past Mark's on the barn and house.
Oh yeah, in the corner there.
The Rothermix barn,
Rothermix barn, yeah.
Overlook, they did their barn, they saved their barn.
Mhm.
So there's a couple structures that people are putting effort and money into maintaining and or rehabbing, and I think we could recognize them for it.
Yeah, I think at our next
Yeah,
meeting.
no, that's an excellent idea.
Yeah, I agree.
On the state level, we do something similar to that.
We should probably make our next meeting dive into that one and give it some legs and get it into fruition, because I'd like to see that go. And then obviously we'd have to come up with a way to nominate and to vote. I don't think you can just hand a
Get
vote.
some local press.
Okay, excellent. Okay, any other announcements or correspondence? No? Okay, that leaves number 8, which I can't do. If you look at your minutes, your agenda, that would be a motion to adjourn.
I move to
Donna
adjourn.
moves, so moved, seconded. And that would be Rochelle. All those in favor of adjourning, being, I don't have the time, no one has the time.
7:30. 7:28.
7:30, near 7:28. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Nay? None? Good to go.